Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Ginger Swan, and I am the Senior Marketing Director for Upland InterFAX. Oftentimes, people don't realize that cloud fax services can actually save lives. And today, we're going to talk about one particular case where it has. And today, we have brought Irina and Caleb. I'm excited to introduce you to Irina Bucci, who is with TxMultilisting, and Caleb Williams, who is our Customer Success Manager who has worked with Irina. Irina, thanks for being with us today. Caleb, it's great to see you. Let's jump right on in. Irina, can you share more about your personal journey and the challenges that you faced while waiting for a kidney transplant? What inspired you to take the initiative to create TxMultilisting?
Thank you, Ginger. I'm excited to be here. I have a very rare genetic disorder that caused my kidneys to fail in 2012. I was informed that there is 5 to 7 year wait for a kidney transplant in Washington, D.C. Statistically, 12 people die every day waiting for a kidney that never comes. I certainly didn't want to be part of that statistic. I had 2 young kids and I was on top of my career, so it was a very challenging reality for me to face. So Steve Jobs' biography. I bought the book, I read the book, and the book saved my life. Apparently, the wait time for a transplant varies significantly across the country. And the book describes how Steve Jobs, who resided in California, received a liver transplant in Tennessee. So using this book as a guidance, I went and listed to a center in another state and ultimately reduced my wait time from 7 years to just 2. And the decision to list in another state saved my life. So I'm a software developer specializing in websites. So I founded TxMultilisting.com that helps to list in other centers. So this is the guidance that I received from the book, and I wanted to pass it on to other patients like me.
Caleb, how did you become involved in supporting TxMultilisting? Can you tell us about your working relationship with Irina?
Absolutely. So Irina came to us in November of 2020. She came to us needing a way to fax documents to multiple hospitals across the nation. So when she came to us, she created a developer account. We worked with her as she actually built out the product to set up InterFAX's system to send out faxes for TxMultilisting.
Irina, can you tell us in your own words how exactly TxMultilisting works?
The current process for treating kidney failure is that you're advised to go to the local hospital, join waiting list there, and wait until the kidney becomes available. The waiting time at your local hospital might be significantly longer than the hospital in another state, yet you might not be aware of that. At TxMultilisting.com, we developed an algorithm that calculates the shortest waiting time for transplant across the United States. So essentially, we came out with a very novel approach. We direct patients where the kidneys are, as opposed to traditional approach that is used today. The kidney is shipped to the patient, and the patients are advised to go to local hospital. The registration process to list at one center, let alone multiple centers, could be very cumbersome. However, we come up with the electronic reference. So the whole idea of this is that it's very similar to how you send your kids to college. That's exactly what we do at TxMultilisting. Our patients fill out questionnaire. With just one button click, the application gets sent off to several transplant centers. And that's where InterFAX comes in and help us fax.
Irina, can you tell us what obstacles patients have reported facing when trying to get listed on multiple transplant lists and how TxMultilisting helps overcome these hurdles?
First, patients are simply unaware and there's no guidance that the wait changes so drastically across the country. So we provide the calculations and the forecast how long the wait is going to be for your particular characteristics such as blood type and antibody path. In addition, our electronic solution provides several benefits. First, we avoid clerical errors and data fat fingers as data entered and verified electronically. Then, computer also verifies against the hospital checklists. In addition, we overcome the burden of applying to multiple times to multiple hospitals. We just apply once and submit. So traditionally, how it was done before is the patient would come to the hospital and fill out the application by hand. And then the health package that will contain a lot of documents would be somewhat huge, maybe 30 pages, and they would go to nearby FedEx and started to fax that package to several hospitals, which would be overly complex and very cumbersome. And up to 90 pages, it's very difficult to fax.
Caleb, how does InterFAX contribute to enhancing the overall patient experience? Are there specific features or services that have received positive feedback from users?
Absolutely. So with InterFAX, the patients themselves, there's not any additional work to be assigned to all these additional lists. They're following the same process that they always had. It's just now they have a better chance of receiving the transplant.
We know that only about 5 to 7% of hopeful recipients are on multiple lists. What initiatives does TxMultilisting deploy to encourage more patients to explore the option of being listed at multiple transplant centers?
So statistically, in 2016, the number of patients who multilisted increased by 3,000. I started to see, after I launched my website in 2015, that some of the centers started to publish their wait times on their websites and include them, the wait times, into their success metrics.
So what we see TxMultilisting empowering patients across the country. Irina, are there any stories that come to mind that you can share with us about people who have been empowered and changed by what TxMultilisting is doing?
Sure, Ginger. We had a gentleman from Indiana. He received a call that the kidney is available for him on the way back from evaluation. So those are, fantastic stories, and patients are very grateful and absolutely elated to be able to cut the waiting time.
Caleb, can you tell us about the specific customer support services that InterFAX offers?
I truly believe that our support team is second to none. Work hours, call into our 1-800 number and you will get someone on the other end of the phone, where you can send in an email 24 hours a day, constantly monitored. So they're always there to help.
Caleb, what role does technology play in raising awareness about the option of multilisting? How does this partnership contribute to improving the transplant system for patients in need?
Faxing in general is still the number one communication method within the healthcare industry. What cloud faxing does is it allows people to send faxes and still have the security of the fax, but they're not actually going up to the physical fax machine. They're able to send these directly via our API or directly from our online portal, or in some cases directly from their email as well.
A lot of people think that fax is outdated. How do you foresee the technology evolving to further improve the organ transplant process? Are there any innovations or advancements on the horizon for InterFAX?
When people think about fax, they do think about that large machine that's always on the corner of the desk making the weird screeches. That simply is not the case anymore. What cloud faxing does is we allow people to fax directly from a device as small as your cell phone. So you can fax on the go. With the innovations and advancements, we are looking at bringing in some OCR technology, starting to actually take a look at what those inbound faxes are and hopefully present that data to you. The way that all of our accounts are trending, fax is simply, it's not dead, and it doesn't appear to be dying anytime soon.
Great. I want to say thank you to Caleb and Irina for helping us understand more about Upland InterFAX and TxMultilisting and how together they've been able to help save lives across the country.